And speaking of good StarCraft, we're on Everdream LE for map number 1 here. Interesting choice, but not too crazy of a choice. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Everdream LE, as I said, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. He's playing for Alpha X. He's one of the best Protosses coming out of the country. It is Pacomike from Mexico.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have his teammate, also representing Alpha X. It is the Bolivian Zerg player, DarkUnnamed.
Now we're getting into like the meat of the tournament. Now we're getting to the real heavy hitters here.
Yeah. I love it. At the same time, it's a shame that they're meeting so early, but you know, it makes for a good show.
Yeah, I'm saying it makes for a good show though. It's better than having a bunch of 2-0s the entire time. This will be good for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully it isn't a 2-0. Hopefully it goes all the way to the ace match.
Yeah. Now, I don't know which way I want this to go. You know, I feel like Zerg's strong right now. Zerg's a good race, and I feel like Zerg should win here. DarkUnnamed is good, but Pacomike, he's one of the top players in Latin America. At least he was at some point.
Yeah. I feel like we mentioned it earlier. I'm sure Pacomike, you know, he may be, you know, looking for some revenge. Like he did get knocked out by this guy, by DarkUnnamed in DreamHack. So maybe a little bit of, you know, chip on his shoulder. But yeah, we'll see. I will say that, you know, in the chat, if you're a fan of Protoss, then you want to be cheering for Pacomike.
Yeah.
Because he's like the only one we got today. Like
he's all we got, yeah. He's pretty much all we got for the most part in the Latin American scene. Besides the people you use on like the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, there's not too much Protoss representation. Like as far as US, you know, all the best players are Protoss.
Yeah, you know, Neeb, Nina, Estrella, like they're pretty solid.
Yeah. And Adept coming out first off, 2 Adepts to start it, and we're getting again that opener with the Starport or Stargate.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Pacomike does this. We've seen him do a lot of crazy things with Stargate openers, you know, like mass Oracle, mass double Stargate into Phoenixes. We've seen him go fast carriers as well. He can get a little bit crazy.
And I'm just now seeing the Mexico flag on the screen. Pretty dope.
So the link does get.
You were amping up the production value here with the flags and the
yes.
Ducklings.
We saw it. We wanted it. It helps because we were thinking for a long time a way to add flags to the player intros, like the intro graphic. Yeah. But we don't want to clutter it. You know, there's like a lot to show on the screen.
Yeah.
So
now you don't have to.
Yeah, this definitely helps.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Is he gonna spot it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. DarkUnnamed, he did get a Ling into the main base earlier, and he saw the Stargate, so he should be prepared. He's already got spores on the way. But Pacomike, you know, he's no halogen, all right? Like he's it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pacomike didn't want to spend any more gas, so he hasn't got Stalker, so that Overlord's gonna go into the scout and get out without being harmed. As this Oracle, wow, he let it go because at the same time the 2 Adepts were getting kills as well, and they managed to get a couple extra workers there.
Oh,
and all in all, he lost the Oracle and both Adepts, but he got 6 workers and 1 Ling. I don't know if that's worth it, but 6 workers ain't bad.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, you want to get those worker kills, especially against a Zerg player. And behind this, like Pacomike, he got a defensive Oracle just in case, you know, Lings come flooding across the map. And you were talking about you liked the Phoenix like afterwards, and you went for it.
Yeah, and there it is. He's answering my prayers, but I meant like double Oracle Phoenix, so you can pick up a queen.
Yeah.
But He made one Oracle, lost it, and then made one Phoenix.
Mhm.
I guess to avoid making Stalkers and get more value, I guess that's a good play. Don't get a Stalker, get the Phoenix, make more Gateway units, and get more value out of your Stargate by making a Phoenix, because there's not much more you can do with that Stargate.
Yeah, unless, we get into a later game scenario, or if he threw down 2 Stargates, but we see that he is having none of that. He's actually going for a Templar Archives.
Oh, he's gonna get it! Oh my god, that was big. He got the queen too. Look at the queen's legs. I've never seen that before.
It's like stuck in a pose.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, what's he doing? She's jittering.
Funny. Yeah. It didn't freeze her completely. Her feelers are still free.
Oh my god. It's like she's trying to escape. She's trying to run away.
Yeah. She's trying to run away. Just her feet are unfrozen. But she can't walk.
Oh, and DarkUnnamed, he hasn't noticed that they're out of stasis, so these drones, fine. They're following the drone.
Oh my god.
No. They're actually following a drone that's not doing anything as well.
That's happened to me a couple times, and I hate it.
Yeah. So Pacomike already decent damage with those 2 oracles, like indirect damage as well.
I don't know about the stasis ward thing happening to me, but definitely I'll accidentally cue him to follow another unit, another worker.
Yeah,
that's the worst when that happens and you check it and you're like, how long has this been here? It's on like your natural, you're on base 6.
Yeah. You dread that moment, like, do I want to look at the replay? Do I want to look at the replay?
Do I want to see how long I just let that go for? But I do like the Archon drop. That's new. But did DarkUnnamed scout this, or is he assuming that it was DTs?
He did not scout the Templar Archive, so he is unaware that Storm is currently on the way.
He probably thinks it's DTs that are morphed into Archons.
Yeah, it's hard to know as a Zerg player, especially if you didn't get a scout on the main base.
Do you really expect Storm at the 7-minute mark ever in a game?
Right. And
no one really ever gets Storm this early.
Yeah, it's just not really a thing. And I don't know how well it's gonna work, especially against a roach heavy composition. But we'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah, it's a good scare tactic. Like, it could scare your opponent from engaging, but yeah, I don't see it doing too much, especially with this here Spire coming up. Maybe it's a good blind counter if mutas come out.
Yeah, Storms can be decent against mutas as long as the High Templar are in position. I will say that what else is interesting is that Pacomike, he's going for same thing that Halogen went for, going for that +1. Zealot Legs is already done, so +1 charge lots for his army. So yeah, it's interesting how the compositions are playing out.
Yeah, and I just got an update from Kuro. Thank you for the update, Kuro. If you are a subscriber and Patreon, subscriber and Patreon is what she's saying. So I guess through Patreon subscriber or a CranKy Ducklings subscriber to the Twitch, you get the podcast already. It's already uploaded for you. You can already go listen to it. Maybe after this though, maybe not right now. But yeah, so you guys got the exclusive on that, and I guess it'll probably drop maybe tomorrow or a little bit later tonight for everyone else.
Yeah. For everyone else, like, we still need to work on like the thumbnail graphic.
Yeah.
And things of that nature.
It was brought to you guys who subscribe and support early on, raw and uncut. Now it's a little bit edited and all that. It's good. It's not YouTube ready yet, but yeah, you guys get that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like, DarkUnnamed, he was trying to go for the multi-pronged jumps, but the Phoenix found one.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly here. And DarkUnnamed doesn't see it. He's gonna let it die.
Yeah, he's trying to micro the army, but all the storms!
Oh my god, the storms! Wow, those were so good.
All the banelings died.
I get what he's going for. Zealot Immortals, and those really pack a punch, but they're not too good against mass amount of lings. So storm for the lings then, and the banelings. Banelings wreck Zealots.
Yeah, that's what I was
a little bit... really mobile though.
Yeah, I was really worried about it.
Those corrosive biles landed perfectly on top of 2 Templars. And he's just gonna morph him. He's not even using storm on him.
Yeah, I think he's realized the time has passed for them.
Yeah. I just realized they call them High Templars and Dark Templars. What makes a Dark Templar dark, and what makes a High Templar high?
We're gonna have some social commentary with the Protoss units. You know, what's going on here, huh? What's happening?
Yeah.
Do Dark Templar and High Templar have the same rights? Is what we want to know.
Yeah. Dark Templars are invisible too, so they aren't actually dark. They're actually the opposite. They're see-through. They're opaque.
Exactly.
And High Templar, what makes them so high? Are they high on something? Or are they high in something? Some sort of organization?
Oh.
This is actually a good engagement. The Archons completely kind of like keep away the Zerg from pushing in here in a little choke point, given the fact that he put down a macro hatch at his 4th base, weirdly.
Yeah, he just chunked away at those hatcheries. It looks like the army, it's going to get surrounded, but he does recall.
Recall. Oh my god, I don't know what survived there.
Ooh, yeah, he was able to recall, saved 3 mortals. Not bad.
I've never seen a macro hatch at the 4th position like that.
Yeah, it's very exposed, especially because normally you're pushing at the new base, right?
Yeah. And it also created a choke point in which DarkUnnamed's army couldn't get through. And it 2 Archons stood in that little hallway to the left, and it blocked the entire army. Storms went down, but now we got 4 mutas, which can't kill anything if there's a shield battery, and Phoenix.
Yeah, I have to be careful. There's 2 Phoenixes actually, so they're just gonna deal with this. The mutalisks were actually made earlier to deal with the War Prism, which they did, but yeah.
Why did he let it kill 5? He could have finished that a long time ago. He just let those 4 mutas slowly kill 6 workers.
Yeah, Pacomike,
He's
like,
still in the worker lead though. Pacomike has 5 bases up right now.
Oh, he has to be careful. Looks like DarkUnnamed maybe going for like a surround. Oh no, going for a run by instead.
Oh, good Zealots right there. Sees it, catches it, goes for another Zealot warp in. Storms on Roaches not very effective, but they are against Ravagers. It's not fun getting stormed on your Ravagers.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for Pacomike because it feels like his army is lacking like some beef, right? Like he's got high-tech units, but he needs more gateways.
He's coming with beef right now. He's got some beefy Broodlords on the way.
Oh.
And those are some beefcakes. But speaking of beefcakes, there's even bigger beefcakes than the Broodlords coming along, and they are carriers.
Yeah.
And now it's battle of the beefcakes, and one shoots down and one shoots up.
The thing is, one shoots up and down, and that's kind of
yeah. One thing shoots everywhere, and one thing just shoots down.
Yeah, that's probably the
Both
big
of
thing.
them give up their children for the fight, which I'm sure it's against some law.
That's funny. I wonder if they have like some common ground there, you know, like the.
Yeah, they're gonna throw my children at you. You're gonna throw my. It's a children fight.
Yeah. It's a rough life to be an interceptor or a broodling.
Interceptor or a broodling, yeah. Oh my god, and here we go, the big engagement, but he does only have 2 of those carriers. They can't get Corrosive Bile down. He doesn't have a lot of Ravagers. I think he's scared of Morphin Ravagers due to the fact that Ravagers died a storm and pretty fast to the Immortals.
Yeah,
Archon. Immortals are good against the Roaches. Immortals have been tearing these Roaches apart.
They will, and DarkUnnamed getting caught out a little bit. He was
good Corrosive Bile though.
Yeah, he landed.
Didn't kill anything, but it almost killed the entire army right there. A storm.
You have to be so careful with those High Templar. Like it only takes 2 Ravager shots to kill a High Templar, and they're usually clumped up.
They're usually clumped up. They're super slow, and they have to get pretty close to drop the storm.
Ooh, the Corruptors.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there was a bunch of Archons right under that, and as the 2 other carriers came into the battle, kind of shut this down, barely keeping it alive. Good play there by Pacomike, I'm sorry. DarkUnnamed, though, his army's lacking the meat, like you said, and he went for the Greater Fire. No cancel. It was just straight killed.
That was just killed.
And I think that's the death blow right there. He now has no real mining bases. I mean, he did take that rich Vespian gold, or gas, but I don't think it's enough when your opponent is a Protoss sitting on 1 base more than you. 2 of the bases are fresh bases that aren't fully mined out yet, and there's just not enough to take out the carriers here.
Yeah, each storm just hurts the Zerg army so much, and losing all those corruptors earlier hurt as well. Like, he just had to rebuild that corruptor count, and those Archons aren't going to let them anywhere near the carriers, but he's diving in.
Yeah, once all these storms are gone here, he's going to morph in a whole lot of Archons, and those are not going to be easy to take out. And I think we should be seeing Pacomike coming here for the kill. Zealot run by behind the roaches as well. Really good here by Pacomike. Storms from the back. And with that, I don't know if there's enough here for him to hold.
Yeah.
He's morphing into Archons now.
But what shoots
GG's
up?
called. Oh. What shoots up must come down. And then that's a corrosive bile. And it went up and it came down and killed nothing. And Pacomike getting his revenge here. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by Pacomike. Like, there were a lot of things.
It was a really good win.
Yeah, like, we got to see how different a player like Pacomike and Halogen were, right? Like, just like the previous series, DarkUnnamed, he was trying to go for those bailing drops, and they got some damage, but for the most part, they got dealt with, right? The muters didn't really do much either. They got like six workers, right? Like,
yeah. And one thing that also speaks to me is that after they failed, he wasn't fast enough to save each one. Like, he couldn't get each dropper lord, bring it down, and drop the banelings out before they died. He just kind of let everything die and went for the battle. So it was interesting to see the difference, like you said.
Yeah,
Dope. We also got Grizzly in here. She's casting in Banished, I believe.
Yes, they are.
Oh, she's casting with Mabel. That's right. It's the all-woman Spanish cast.
Yeah, they did it last time, and they are continuing the trend. Mabel's getting into that like casting life. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been seeing her cast all the time. I followed her on Instagram ever since that win with eggs, and I see her always casting, so that's cool. It inspires me to try and stream more. Especially you stream too. I'm like, damn, man, I gotta stream.
Yeah.
Everybody's streaming. I gotta hop on the train. My computer's just so terrible. It like completely just shuts down StarCraft mid-game sometimes.
Oh, oof, yeah. Gotta work your way
One time
up.
I was in a ladder game streaming, and then I got a game matched up against someone who I used to cast in Proxy Tempest.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, oh yeah, I was like, nice. So I get to whoop someone who I used to cast, show him what Yodaslim's all about, and I did this super sick a ling drop into their main base, and he was like, damn, nice ling drop, and then my computer just shut out, and I got kicked out, and he got the win. Like, man, nothing's worse. But they are ready. It seems like here. Just waiting on Dark to ready up.
Yep. They also gave us all ref, so we have that as well. And
good thing we know. Oh, where'd you get the probe and the pylon emotes from?
Ooh, that is Crank. That's Crank. Yeah.
Oh wow, he's got all the cool ones.
Yeah,
that's why you guys subscribe to him. So.
He's got a bunch of Carbot ones that he got commissioned. So he has like a Baneling and a Marine as well.
Wow, that's sick.
It's pretty good.
So with the cranky emotes, y'all just got some new ones. I need to get some more.
yeah. We're trying to come up with ideas. Like, we got the idea for the trumpets, like from the chat. So
from the intro,
chat, and from the intro, yeah.
Reminds me of the intro when I see them.
Yeah, well, that's why we got them, right?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. I get it now. Things are coming together. My brain's working. Things are being connected. And speaking of things being connected, it is no mystery as to why this is such a big game. These two players right here in this top right-hand corner. He's getting his revenge here, so to speak. Or maybe it's just another day in the office. We don't know, but he's playing amazing. It's Alpha X's Pacomike.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Bolivian Zerg player representing Alpha X. It is DarkUnnamed.
I was really thinking Dark was going to win this one, but now it's anybody's game.
Yeah, I love that Pacomike, he's fighting back, right? He's not letting that loss bring him down.
Yeah. I like the Baneling emote you just put in the chat. That was dope.
Yeah, it's
You
beautiful.
should get. Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
So they have a bunch. Like most of the animals in there are two animals together. So they have like a turtle duck. You should make like a baneling duck.
Yes, yeah.
That would be sick. A baneling duck.
I've seen the image of the turtle duck before. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. The turtle duck, but a baneling duck. Like, you know how their back looks kind of like a baneling already? There you go. New emotes coming soon, maybe, guys. Give us some suggestions if you got any.
Yeah.
But, it's always interesting to me to see how these players really go about the opening of the game, and just little stuff like Pacomike taking the minerals from DarkUnnamed. You don't always see it, but sometimes you see it.
Yeah, especially like in the beginning of the game when things aren't too hectic. Like there's a lot that you know, us or viewers can like kind of pick up. You know, like hey, like they do this differently, they do that differently, and there's reasons for it, right? And you know, we can learn from it, improve ourselves.
Yeah, exactly, and it also just speaks to the mannerisms. You know, sometimes they go for the hatch block. Sometimes Zerg's going for a scout is weird. Yeah, it's interesting. You have a lot of empty free time in the early game. It's weird.
Yeah. Each player kind of does something a little bit differently, right? And we do have DarkUnnamed going around with his lings just in case there's a proxy or something along those lines.
I picked up the terrible habit of doing what the streamers do, where they'll like highlight their workers and then click on their base. And I do that. I do that too much sometimes. And one time I accidentally hit stop on all my workers.
I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, me too. I think we've all been. Every Zerg player has been there.
Yep. That has definitely happened to me.
I'm like, I'm bored. I'm gonna do what the streamers do. Oh, and I lost. I'm like, micro, put them all back on minerals.
Oh god. I've done that thing where I'm like selecting all my workers and then I accidentally like click on like a mineral patch and they all stop mining.
Oh my god, they all go over there, yeah. Well, I don't know if this is a problem with other Protosses, but I like highlight some workers, build something, and then I right click to go back and like all the workers I have highlighted will go to that one.
Yeah.
Just StarCraft things. You guys wouldn't understand.
Yeah. I love it. It's so relatable. Just StarCraft things. Like doesn't matter what race. Like you know, sometimes
StarCraft things. Zerg problems maybe. He put an interesting placement for his. What is that thing called? Creep tumor. It's right there by the ramp.
Interesting.
I guess he's trying to put it back up towards his main.
Yeah. That makes the most sense, right? Just to like connect the two bases with creep. And we did see Pacomike do something a little bit differently. He went for the Phoenix first this time.
Yeah, I think he realized that DarkUnnamed's defense is too impeccable. Unless you're going to proxy.
Makes sense. And he may get an Overlord here for his troubles. At the same time, he did get a single Oracle behind this. And, ooh, I love this. He started off with Stargate, but he's ending up with Adepts.
Yes. Good old-fashioned Adepts. Now, this I have not seen. Stargate opener into Adepts. Is he going to get it? Is he gonna get it? That's oh, he got one queen. This one's not dancing. Oh, it is. Do all queens do that?
Oh, yeah. It's got the jitters. It's like...
Doing the cha-cha slide. Real slow. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
I wonder if all units do that. We just don't notice. Like drones don't really have legs, right?
Do they have legs under there? I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Wait, why are they flapping their wings?
Oh, well, what if they're hovering, yo?
What if they're hovering? Like they're broodlings, right? Maybe they kind of look like the broodling.
Kinda.
What if a broodlord just shot out workers? That would be great.
That'd be awful. They'll deal no damage.
Yeah, that would be kind of awful. Okay, good defense here.
Yo,
I love how Pacomike goes for those stasis wards.
Yeah. It's kind of like almost guaranteed damage. But
oh, he didn't get the Overlord.
And
Pacomike just really reaching for some value here.
Yeah, and as all that was happening, Glaive's finished. All the Adepts are here, and what is there to defend against these Adepts? There's nothing on the ground. This is queens and a handful of lings.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of queens here, but they're separated, so they're gonna go down one at a time. 5 roaches being queued up, +1 roach speed. I think he needs to fire up some spores.
Oh yeah, like some
it's too late.
Yeah, like static defense would be nice right now, but all the queens are gonna go down.
Oh my gosh, he can just one-shot queens, roaches, whatever he wants to kill, he can kill it. Well, roaches are now 3 shots, but if there's another word, oh, he did this with no GG, wow, he just 2-0'd him just like that. DreamHack qualifiers where? That was sick. I've never seen that build before. Normally, you really go straight into Glaive to Depths with the Warp Prism. This was no Warp Prism, so what you see is what you get. He went for the opener with the Phoenix and the Oracle to throw Pacomike, to throw DarkUnnamed off his scent of his trail, and then he went into the Glaive to Depths anyways. And the crazy part to me is no Warp Prism. He warped all of them in at home and went across the map with them, unscouted.
Just wow, the way he executed that, as you said, like there was no Warp Prism, there wasn't even like a reinforcing pylon. He just walked his adepts across the map.
yeah, we just shaded on over.
Oh god, and with that, Pacomike takes it 2-0 over one of the best Zergs in the region, the best Bolivian player from Bolivia, I should say.
Yeah. And that's Kuro saying, yeah, this is for Larva. That's why we always accidentally hit stop. My combo is I put my bases on 4 and drones is D, so I'm always like 4 SD. And then when I highlight the workers and hit S, that's when it's all over. I think we've seen it in a game once here.
Yeah, we may have. Like it's a common problem. It's unfortunate to see, and.
Or like Kuro said, when you don't rally something, so it's just like workers, if you don't rally your base, will just be sitting there. Like, I don't know what to do. It's like, you're a worker, you do one thing. Gets the minerals. we really shouldn't have to rally our workers anywhere. They should just auto rally to the nearest place.
I was about to say, it would be interesting if we had like if we had a weird situation where if that's what's happened, then we would make Broodlords just to park them on top of bases so that they could shoot drones at the mineral lines, you know?
Exactly, yeah. It'd be too easy. But that was a good series there. I was expecting a little more from DarkUnnamed, but the fact that he wasn't able to deliver on more just goes to show that Pacomike is looking tough.